Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good night, whatever time it is for you, at least at this current moment. um, so we are starting the pool rooms. Well, not really. Well, we are, but I'm just doing one room, and then that will then be the basis for future rooms. So that's well, that will be. But uh I'm gonna be doing some 3D modeling, and then well, I'm gonna be going off of this reference. So I'm gonna kind of recreate this room, but with my own, proportions and stuff. And then I'm going to extend this room into a couple more rooms. Not too many. I'm not gonna make it crazy, but like, make it interesting than just a singular room like this. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do these square indentations with light. I don't know. They're pretty interesting. I think these actually lead to like other spaces. I don't think they're like regular windows. That's creepy. And I don't know where this light is coming from. So there's a lot going on. Um, and then I would say that I'm gonna throw this into Unreal tonight, but I haven't even opened Unreal. So let's get that level open. Um, and also I need to figure out what my next level idea is going to be, because the next one is going to be level 18. But level 18 is it's like a playroom, like an infinite kind of like this. Like you just keep going and it's just like infinite like toy spaces and like children's spaces. Don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I can do something along those lines, but I don't know. I was thinking of doing like floors of ball pits, like the floors are ball pits, and then perhaps having like a couple of these like toy room kind of assets, and then I kind of bring them in. I'm not too sure there. Um, I figured this was gonna happen where like I might stall a bit on some levels just because I need to establish the idea and then kind of come up with it. But uh, where are we? This should be level 17, but oh, I think I just have it completely off. Everything's off. No levels are visible. Great. Um, Here is level 17. Um, Pretty much completed. It just needed a couple more lights and a couple more, prop setting and stuff. I have some doors going, and I have some interesting stuff with this level because the floor itself is not like a regular blue ocean. It's actually like black tar, just like level 41. Um, but it all has like this. It only has like this structure sitting above all that tar, and yeah, it's like this interesting kind of no ceiling level. And yeah, it came out quite cool, quite cool. There's some areas in here with extra doors, so you can explore the doors. And oh, I've been meaning to change this light. I don't like how thick it is, so while we're in Blender, let's do that. Before we start the pool, before I start the pool rooms. But this should be quick because I just need to pull out the lights and stuff. And then, or I guess it's not in this one. I think I took this out. Oh, it's right here. Okay, perfect. So all I need to do is make this a little thinner because I don't like how wide it looks. It could be much, you know. So let's go in here and I haven't thought about how I was gonna. So let's just do this. Super thin lights, and then move this as well. Move it inward. It needs to be thin, 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 thin. Oh, that's too thin. There you go. And then I'll make this a tiny bit thicker so that it's easier to fit into the walls and stuff. But um, that doesn't look thin enough. Am I wrong? Maybe a bit thinner. Like I want it to be like a pin, you know? Let's see. Just do the whole thing. The whole thing. And then do this a little bit wider. Just a little wider. Oh, and okay. There you go. I hope that's thin enough. Let's give it a shot. And if it doesn't look good, then I could always kind of widen it back up. So thin, thin lights, tower, long, thin, whatever, thin, long, whatever. I'm gonna change all the names later to kind of create like a naming convention. Should be doing that kind of real time, but hey. So now we re-import that. Let's get a thin light, thin, long, and then re-import. Let's see, ooh, whoa, that's thin. That's certainly thin, but you can still see it. Wow, from far distances. Cool. Maybe maybe these parts be a tad wider. Yeah, just a tad wider. And then I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's good. Right there. So that's completed. Back to the pool rooms as I stated in this stream tonight. Uh, I think I have it right here. Now, I would like to have the hallways lead to more pool rooms. So I think I have it like this. Oh, going too fast. Let's go here. I'm gonna do the faces. Did I extend it out? Yes, I did. And then open that up. Now, I don't know where that is. Right here. Ah, yep. And then extendo to the next hallway piece. And then there you go. Presto. um, I have to make it to the active and then to the vertex. And there we go. Now, this is where I don't know what I'm gonna do. Obviously like another pool space, but let's go back to the reference. Sorry, I had to adjust my freaking ear, it's itchy. Um, so yeah, see how it has one wall on this side, but it's just like random shapes. I see like an L shape, but I did like a T shape, so maybe I could extend it back into an L shape. Let's extend it just like that. And then this will be like the block out of this room. And then I'll do like what? I think I'm gonna do three different materials, four different materials. I'll do the grass, the concrete, the like freaking the therapist in the Backrooms movie, her concrete, and then that like sky wallpaper, which I'll have to find my own, figure out a way to get a sky wallpaper for myself to use, and then I'll use it here. And then I don't know about these. Maybe I'll. They look kind of cool. I mean, I might throw them in here, but that's what that'll be. So that's yeah, just a couple materials really. So we're gonna open this out to bam. Or well, I guess I could just, and that's another pool room. And this one will be that. Perfect. So, ooh, I just had a good idea too, actually. As I, yeah, and then we'll do two doors on these ends. So, two doors. And are they too thin? Let's see, make them a bit wider. Oop, a little bit wider. And then get this one outward, that one outward, saving it. Now, I need a minute to brainstorm because, like, what the fuck? What's happening? What is this space? It's like in. Oh, I should probably extend all this up like this. Ooh, and then we'll do these sides. Make sure these faces are not fucking flipped. Like flipped normals. Have you seen that YouTube channel, Flipped Normals? They're like about. They're like. I think they're about game development. But they go by flipped normals. And I hate flipped normals. Like this one. Flip. Normals. Flip. Um, and then this one. I had a funny, kind of a funny call today. I called my bank card to to like dispute a charge. There was like a fraudulent charge, and it was a huge. It was kind of a large amount. It was like $100, and the woman, I mean, I feel bad for her. I just kind of stood silent, but she was stuttering so much and was like very nervous. I don't know if she just was not good at speaking or what, but she was like just barely holding it together. And it was kind of funny. She was repeating the phrases that she was trying to like make her points with. It was kind of funny. I felt bad. She was like, you know, clearly she didn't want to be there. It was clearly not like her dream job, nothing like she was happy to be there doing. But I was like, poor lady, girl, she don't seem like she was very like unconfident. I felt it in her voice, and I was like, felt bad for her. I did tell her like, she's, she was helpful to me, even though she couldn't help me. But it was mostly my fault because I called very late at the end of the week, today, Friday, and uh, all of the services aren't going to be available till Monday. So that's basically all she could tell me. So she couldn't help me. But I was just like, oh my God, poor girl. She seemed very just. I mean, I don't know her. She's probably doing fine, and I just assumed. But it was just weird interaction. I don't know. I'm sure you've all had interactions like that. It's kind of funny to think about, but also a little bit like there's probably a lot of people in the world that are like that right now. Not that it's not that it's for her to be ashamed of, but I'm saying like a lot of people in this world that are not in the place they need to be. It's very very kind of sad. Um, I mean, that could just be my outlook on it. It's probably not that sad, but I'm trying to get this face filled. What the fuck? Is it, does it exist or what? There you go. It's weird. Um, Squares, squares, and more squares. Don't you love to see it? But I need to figure out this area. Oh wait, I have. You go around, and then we'll do like. I guess I should have it wrap around, huh? Maybe like in a gridlock kind of situation. Not gridlock, like I'll have these go back this way so that it meets back to this room. Just so they don't get lost. So this way, and then I'm thinking like yeah, that like little pools. Expand that. And then expand that. And then what did I do for this? I had to like out. And then I think at the this part here, I'll do like a giant window like that. I was also watching a video about Kane Parsons today with like how the Backrooms movie like kind of got to be and how he was working on it for quite a while and there was a lot of like kind of just things clicking together once he started uploading the videos. Very fascinating to see because it's like he said he just started opening up his emails, his YouTube emails, and was just getting offer after offer because he was getting so much, so much attention from the Backrooms videos and the shorts and the short films. And additionally, like other projects he had, like The Oldest View being the another Backrooms related short film, but kind of also being its own thing. Like it's a very interesting um, short film or a series of short films. You should definitely watch it or look for it. The Oldest View, um, and it's just crazy because like that's literally what I'm doing here. Like I'm constantly like on my computer when I have free time, at least where I'm working on stuff like this and there has been multiple instances of this leading to more opportunities in my life and this has led to many instances where my life has completely changed because of me just working on this stuff and I've met people because of this and I've done I've seen more things and I have a lot of knowledge to do with like the CG world and even though I'm not the best artist in the world or anything, but um the fact that I put so much time into it because I enjoy it so much, it's like it's an interesting thing to see how it can change your life so much and it changed his life far beyond what it has changed my life. But I'm saying that the potential is clearly there and I want to harbor that potential, if that makes sense. And what I mean is, I think if I just keep working at this in not just this project but like other projects that have to do with 3D stuff like video games and stuff, even though the industry right now is quite dire, and that's a big reason why I'm working on this project specifically because I'm right now like the game projects that I would like to be actually doing and working on, it just isn't gonna, heed any money, any progress, anything like that at this time in this place in society. And that's why I'm working on this because it's something that I can kind of do on the fly every day, and you can see me prove myself where I clearly am a 3D artist in the fact that or in the sense that I spend quite a lot of my time doing this. And even though I don't have the greatest skills in this, I have enough to build whatever I want, whatever I need. Anything I can imagine, I can pretty much build it. Um, I just have to work within the confines of my knowledge base, and I mean, I don't even have to do that because I can obviously build upon it whenever I need to with a quick set of Google searches or going on some forums and watching some tutorials. So it's interesting how this work what this work can do, how it can lead to such like powerful places in your life. And clearly Kane has experienced probably the best of it. Um, and I mean, instances where it's changed my life, I've gained internships, I've gained like small jobs from this type of work. I've gotten like, a couple gigs. And then, I mean, largest of all, I I had a very well-paying job that was fully remote, and well, I would have to travel like every few months, but for the most part, fully remote. And that job had like completely changed my life for quite a while, and then, layoffs happened, and it was just kind of ended. But uh, that all happened because of this. I had met somebody who was looking for work on uh like on CG stuff, and they needed like renders of like some visualizations for interiors, and I told them I could absolutely do it, and then it led to the job. And then I was like, what the fuck? That's amazing. Like now I have this incredible job, and it was great for a while. It got very stressful for a while, for the majority of like the later half of that job. Um, it was just becoming ridiculously demanding, and I would be asked to create interiors, but then it'd be like outside scenes. Then it'd be like, super complex like animations, and then which was fine. I actually like doing animations, but it would be like even higher demands. It'd be like whole cities, and then it'd be like, rooftops of like super detailed, cityscapes, or like then it started to become islands, and then like renders of beaches, renders of like super detailed bazaars. Like it was just getting so ridiculous, and then like the the deadlines were just like also just getting higher and more, more pressure. And then there was like another employee that she had a lot to do with like managing other people's projects. So like if you had like 80% of your time filled, she would help you fill in the other 20%. And it was very annoying because it was like any one project I would be assigned to, it would take up my whole day. So it's like, what do you mean? If I'm 100% busy all the time, but she didn't see it that way because other employees didn't have the workload I did. So that job led to a lot of, well, a couple breakdowns, but a lot of other good situations in life. So, and all of that happened from doing this. So it's like you wouldn't think that like sitting in your room and doing stuff like this would lead to such big accomplishments, but they do. And I mean, I've accomplished a lot more than this project in the past few years, which is why I'm able to do this so like easily and without thinking uh too much about my process, because I've done this so many times, and sometimes I don't know where to go next, but for the most part I do know like where I want to be. And oftentimes I just kind of follow my process that I have, and I usually get there. Sometimes it takes longer than I would like to. That's usually due to, life being life and time being time. But yeah, outside of that, it's like I know that there's more coming for not only this project that I have going on, but like uh, I have two video games that I kind of just put on the back burner. They're like they exist, but they're not fully visible, and the visibility that it does have, it's very, very limited, which may be my fault, but yeah, wow, I've been rambling for quite a while, trying to keep y'all entertained, but damn, I've been talking, talking, talking. Um, guess just trying to get my day out, but and then doing this just kind of helps. You would normally it's more like I'm using my brain power for this, but it's actually helping me out today. Today it wasn't even too stressful. I won't even lie, it wasn't even too stressful. I kind of just got through what I needed to get through today, and here I am building some shit, making some pool rooms. And like Kane Parsons, he said like in one part of the video that like if he's not creating things, and it's like what is he doing? Or like I I I'm not phrasing it properly, but he was basically saying like if he's not creating things, then it just doesn't feel, it feels purposeless to be living life. And it's like that's 1000% how I feel. Like I cannot begin to tell you that's just how deeply I relate to that with him. If I were to meet him, I would certainly, you know, give him a give him like a props, like a heads up, high five to like that, because I don't know a lot of people in this world, or at least in my waking life and in this society, that say that and actually adhere to it. Most people don't really have that creative like urge to, and well, they do, but they don't nurture it, you know? And I truly wish to nurture it, but most people in my life don't seem to look for that or see that as anything safe, or like I think it's like when you tell somebody, "Oh, I'm gonna be a musician," it's just like their thoughts are, "Well, how are you gonna pay your bills, and how are you gonna sustain your lifestyle, and how are you gonna pay for your own, equipment, and how are you gonna do this and that, blah, blah, blah." And I think it's very blocking to the person, because sure, they have to figure that out, but at the same time, if they don't dream that big, how do you ever expect to get there, if you constantly think so realistically, and if you let the norms of society dictate how you think, life should be, I just don't think that's how this world is. Like, and I've been watching so many YouTube videos about how I should definitely see the power in who I am, and not let so many people in my waking life, I'm saying waking life like as if I'm fucking like I'm living another life in my dreams, but like in my life, um, I can't let them stop me in a lot of ways. And I mean, I'm not, as you see. And I don't want to do nothing like a full square shape. I think I want to do for the pool here is maybe this. Ah, yeah, I like that. And then, oh, perfect. That's it. And then, perfect. It's getting very big, very fast. But it's actually meant to be small. I was actually gonna just do one singular room, but as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, my perfectionist soul wishes to see a little bit more than just that one room. Plus, since it's only gonna be a couple materials, I'm not too worried about all of that. So, um, I was thinking about this room. just like that. Pool. And then there you go. In we go. There you go. It's not too bad. And then, so how many pools is that? One, two, three pools. And then this could be a series of pools. So let me isolate this floor because I don't know what I want to do. So that's gonna be the floor. Let's do two different pools or three. We're gonna do three, but this one needs to have an oblong shape. It probably looks like I'm just throwing a bunch of a bunch of like polygons or like a bunch of edges on here, but I'm gonna select a certain region like, like so. I hate when people say that, like so. Like, what do you mean, like so? Just say, just do the action, and then that's it. You don't have to be like, so then you do, so then you put the setting on, like so. Like what? Makes no sense. I don't know why I'm harping on that so much, but and then no, that should be. Damn it! I should add one more edge. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. Now we indentize these pools, and then inset these or extrude them downward, and then we raise the pool edges. What are these called? There's like a name for them, right? There's a name for them. That's it. Pool, 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 and more pools. And then I already have a water assets, so, and it's gonna look quite watery and fancy. So, um, the main thing is texturing. That's the main thing I need to figure out. Um, Now back to the reference because it looks like there's sunlight. But where the fuck is the sunlight coming from? Right? Am I crazy? Like I, I see sunlight, but this is a thumbnail of one of the music videos, or yeah. So dream in the dream. The fuck? um, Very good video, by the way. But where the fuck is that light coming from? I'm so like, I have water beside me, and my hair is sticking up. Oh, baby. Oh, that water made me very cold. And look at this conglomerate of polygons. What I need to do is separate. I need to separate all of this. Oh, no, there you go. So, all of them so that we can so we can set up the material. We can set up the material, and then we need to also do the walls. Again, I don't fucking know what the walls are gonna be, but they're gonna be something. They're gonna be something. And then once I complete this project, I'm going to, well, I'm thinking if once I get the first 50 levels completed, I want to do like a release for like first 50 levels. And then I'm gonna update that project, but then after that, I'm going to reach out to, several people to share this project with, um, because I think there's a lot of potential in that. I want to see people really like do as much as they can with this project, especially because not only is this going to be like an open source project, this is also going to be not a video game. This is going to be an asset pack. So you can not only play this, you can modify this, you can create whatever you want out of this because of how I'm formatting this content. And I'm I'm formatting it as actual files and content, unlike what fucking YouTubers say talking about some my video content. Shut up. You're not making content. Shut up. I'm actually making content like physical, well, not files, like, and you can modify these. And these are 3D files, texture files, code, blueprint files, actual like physical like gigabytes of content. I guess videos are content. Maybe not. Maybe let me not start an argument there, but I'm just saying it sounds kind of cringe when they say my content. But I'm saying, yeah, this is what I mean. 50 levels of playable, editable, modifiable game assets is certainly content to me. So, and certainly to anybody who wants to do like any sort of backrooms stuff, which is clearly going to ramp up as the years go by, especially with the second movie that should be releasing. I'm not sure, but pretty sure that a second movie is going to be greenlit very soon, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not saying like next year or anything, but um, and actually, I might play that video unless I get copywritten for that, which is very likely. Let's see. Find that Kane's video. It was very interesting and it's on my mind. Um, I am going to my video channel. Um, oh, cool. And then let's see if I pull that video up. I don't know where I watched it. Shoot. I know the video was earlier today, or was it yesterday? Oh no, there it is. Okay. Um, I gotta pause this. I'm gonna pause the music of the eerie man. We're gonna go to the video and we'll listen. What the fuck?
Remember this name, Kane Parsons. He's already making movie history. His new film, Backrooms,
Okay,
is about
now
a
we shall
furniture
listen.
salesman who discovers an endless maze of office spaces with something very ominous lurking. So it landed the biggest opening ever for an original horror film and made Parsons the youngest director ever to top the box office.
How old are you when you started work on this film?
On the film itself, technically, if you're including like extended pre-production, it
Yeah.
would have been
Should I
16.
do it any louder? I
That's
don't
when I
know.
started like the YouTube web series and everything. So It's a direct result of doing this work
Just a
on YouTube.
tad
For a number
louder.
of years,
That's
I've been
that's
teaching
too
myself
loud.
the editing software, just by any means necessary, sort of, since I was
Literally,
in
look what I'm
middle
doing.
school, had like hand-me-down laptop. It was during the beginning of the pandemic that I started teaching myself the program Blender,
Look at
which is
him.
this free
His
open source
fucking
3D software, and that's the
hair.
tool that I use to this day. I just started creating a lot of these like found footage style vignettes where having like a CG human in front of a virtual 3D camera, you'll run into the uncanny valley fast. So focusing on environment and setting and everything was kind of my niche, and I kept doing that for a number of years, and eventually
Interesting.
this series I started, which was an adaptation
Oh.
of this sort of online urban legend. There was this 4chan post. Basically, there was an image posted of a off yellow sort of dingy. It's unclear if it was an office space or the back of a furniture store, with just a single paragraph caption, basically setting up a concept of if you fall out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the backrooms, which is an essentially endless array of like kind of drop ceiling, this yellow wallpaper that's just kind of like a world that doesn't have an inherent point to it.
It's like, what, like an empty office building?
In here? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it was made by a bunch of construction workers on acid.
Time, like there were
A bunch of
some
construction
folks
workers on
on
acid.
wikis and stuff writing, basically doing more with the notion of the backrooms. Most anyone can add because there's no direct author and there's no claim to authorship of this thing. With a lot of these, like there are collaborative aspects. Everyone's
Sorry,
building
I'm
into the
checking
concept of
something
backrooms
else.
where a lot of people are feeding into it. You can have a lot of individual, very strong entries that are good pieces of writing, but then if you're evaluating the collective of like an individual project,
Back to
it's
this.
counterbalanced
Sorry.
by a whole lot of really not great stuff that inherently a level of absurdity creeps into any of these projects that makes it hard to take seriously top down. So I wanted to, with Backrooms, just try to ignore what everyone has done for a while with this thing, try to go back to sort of a basic level with what was being responded to initially, and then just try to redo that journey again from the beginning. And I
All the
went in
pools?
Blender and I made environments that felt true to what the Backrooms wanted to be and were trying to be, and then it got posted, and it didn't do great for like the first 2 days, and then it suddenly started getting in the feeds of certain reaction YouTubers, and they started watching it, and then that made it like go nuts. I put out those shorts in January of 2022. It was like less than a month later that I started getting my first emails
materials.
from anyone in the industry. I
There's
had
the
no
walls
interaction
for the
with anyone in the
main.
industry ever up like prior to that point. So I met with a lot of people, and it was like it turned into like no meetings ever, and then suddenly in February, I think every single day, every weekday had like 3 meetings. And Atomic
Isn't that
Monster was one of the
crazy?
first. It was like the second week of that probably.
Right.
And then I met with 21 Labs as well, and then boom, they decided they want to do the thing together. And so
It's
I went up to
crazy.
Vancouver to do
It's
a
like,
test
what the
shoot
fuck?
in
We
April, and
just
that was
got
my first
into it.
time working with a crew that is not my personal friends from like high school. And so it was a skeleton crew. It was pretty small, and we were doing like a very minimal, lean test shoot.
Right.
When I got there, I mean, I brought my computer with me, and like all the sets that we built, like we had these 4 big stages that we could build on. Like I
Here,
made them all
change
in
the
Blender.
color
Like
so I
I
know
designed all the sets.
what
Pretty
is
much
the
one for one
concrete.
for what we have in the movie. Like
Her
the lines are still in
concrete.
the Blender files, and like I would cross-reference it back to
Mary's
Jeremy
concrete.
Fox, EVP I worked with, who's great. We could like send files back and forth if he wanted to tweak a few things to, on
That's
the day,
really
sort of
cool.
build the sets to
It is
accommodate
fucking
for
cool.
shots that we wanted, because we were shot listing in Blender as
And
well.
I could do that
And I
too.
think it helped.
I'm
Like,
doing it right
again, having
now.
those sets that were there, and it
This
wasn't
could
CG.
literally
You
be
could,
a
like,
backroom
walk through
scene.
and not see the blue screens, and not
I
see
just don't know
you,
how
like,
to.
walk through several rooms before you realize you're on a
Let me
set.
pause it.
I was definitely.
The only thing I actually don't know how to do is take like actual footage, like what he mentioned was like a humanoid figure and like a cameraman. I haven't actually tried that. I really should. I know there's like a compositing and there's definitely video editing and rendering for that, but I don't actually know how to like composite this into like a camera movement. I would love to learn how to do that. I think if I did learn, that would certainly, you know, expand my skills because I can do any sort of video game setup, but that like found footage thing, it's very interesting. I haven't tried that technique or like how he does that. So yeah, very interesting, right?
Not sure what to
Oh
expect
shit,
when
she's about to
I was
fall.
visiting the studio for the first time and Caden showed me around. And it was mind blowing being
Look at
in
her,
there
she's
and
so
how
pretty.
it affected me and how much
Look at that
work
shit.
that
Oh my God,
the team had done building the whole set. It was
the
huge,
whole
and
thing.
it was a scary place to be. That informed the character and the scenes really well, and I would never go there alone after in breaks, and I would ask to be escorted away when we had
Uh,
breaks in between
uh,
takes.
Oh my God.
Because it's, yeah, it affects the mind. Like, the more time you spend in there, the more
I would love to
uneasy you
be in
feel.
there.
You know, we had a
I'd be
huge
chilling
set
right
for
in the corner.
this, you know, and we were wandering around, getting lost, trying to figure our way through it. You know, it was great to have it as a physical space.
First of all, it always felt to me that the Backrooms had a kind of organic quality to it. That is, that it can read and see and
Oh, I
intuit
forgot
people
about the
in a really
grass.
sort
There
of
needs to be parts with.
profound way. And so,
Okay,
what are the things that it reads and
I think I
sees
know
and
what it is.
understands about Clark that he immediately also recognizes that he is being understood? And why is that important to him? If he had other people in his life who he felt understood him or saw him, then obviously the draw of the Backrooms wouldn't be as
Oh,
pronounced. There is still something cautiously optimistic about Clark, and he does have these redeeming qualities. I think he
oh,
does demonstrate some elements of self-awareness and engagement, and there is
mm,
moments of charisma in him that I engage with, but those things might also be trap in that he could be mistaken for believing that the Backrooms recognizes those positive qualities in him and therefore wants to help him. So yeah, so I thought it was kind of interesting to try to build that sort of psychology for Clark.
interesting.
It's just the way we're wired.
It's a way in that I think offers a much sharper sort of understanding by way of the characters interiority. Like, it gives us a sharper understanding of what the Backrooms means to people. And initially, like, you know, the hope on my end was TV. That's where I wanted to sort of go to the, you know, the TV show I would have been pitching is not at all the same narrative that this movie is. But this movie, I think, is a new look into that setting, which is consistent with the YouTube work, but it doesn't focus on that to a
He has a
huge degree.
How
show.
does
He
it
has a
feel
show
to have the
planned.
number one movie?
Like he really wants to do the
Yeah,
show.
it's a little lost on me, I think, but it's pretty cool. I think
Yeah.
It's insane.
Backrooms and Obsession. These are two indie horror films. They beat out Disney's latest Star Wars movie in the box office
Damn,
this
they
week.
beat
And
out
get this,
Disney's fuck
both of
ass.
those low-budget movies are made by YouTubers.
I mean, we are seeing something that I don't think Hollywood has seen in a long time, which is this grassroots movement of people who have barely any budget but massive followings online, really by
That's what it
force of
is.
will, getting these movies made and getting these
Force of
movies to
will.
become big hits in theaters. And I think we're at the beginning of a trend that I'm not even sure the industry has begun to sort of fully process yet. They're still the big studios, they
Nope.
still have a lot of money, they still have all the clout. But remember, a lot of these folks who came up, you know, the director of Backrooms, he really just built his 3 million strong YouTube channel on his own. And so, in a way, he doesn't need studios. Obviously, there'll still be the theaters will be needed, distributors will be needed to an extent. But you know, you're going to see a lot of filmmakers finance these movies on their own and put it in theaters and collect a lot more of the profits. So I
Mm.
think studios have a few things to worry about here.
I do get full creative satisfaction out of doing stuff on YouTube. It is equal to what I do here. There's almost no difference. It's a bit of a different process, and I socialize a lot more when working like I just did on Backrooms. But I like, in terms of fulfillment, it's identical.
My roots are in the internet. Really, I just want to make stuff, and whenever I'm not making stuff in a studio, I'm going to be going to YouTube.
That's what I was
because,
saying
again,
earlier.
I can't not be making things.
That I cannot be making things. I have to be making things like right now. Right this very fucking second. Oh, actually, let me expand these. Is that the end? I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Very, very, very interesting video. And I think it really speaks to the true essence of life, the true essence of like why we're here, what we're meant to be doing. Like he has accomplished what so many of us only hope to ever even touch in this on this lifetime, right? And I think that I share a lot of similarities with him in terms of his creativity and his depth in his own work. Um, and he just so happened to reach a very wide audience and basically explode in popularity. So, um, and that's what I want for everybody. I'm not jealous of him. I'm not sure like it's insane that he's so young and that he's accomplished this, but like I'm not really jealous. I'm more like it only exuberates my soul further knowing that like somebody can find success in this fashion, doing these types of things that they love and be so successful at it, right? And I people in my daily life don't even think it's possible. They just look at like they look at the mundanity of life and just think like, well, that's just all there is. Like, what are you kind of going on about? You know, there's not much else to life than what you got. You just got to deal with it. And it's like I understand that it's you have to kind of deal with what you've got, and it is what it is when it comes to that. But when deep down you know you want more, when you know there's more outside of what normal society tells you normal is, like let's be honest here, the normal is not normal. Just because a job provides stable income doesn't mean that that is the end all be all or be the best option for everybody. And it isn't, and it's proven to not be the best option for everybody. And it's proven to not be the best option for likely anybody because clearly the living a normal life doesn't seem to be the most fulfilling thing. So, my argument here is like, why are we just pretending like that's not what we should be continuously fighting for? And as you see, this man is, you know, achieving great success doing what he loves, and want to I want to continue believing that doing what you love can also bring you, a good life, a comfortable life. And not to say I want a comfortable life. I certainly want challenges in my life that keep me on my toes, but I also don't want to be so uncertain of my future and so uncertain of my place in society that I can only focus on just surviving over, creating. Um, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. Oh, and I haven't put yeah, no wonder he made that much money because he was simply literally just doing what he loved. And I think that's very important to emphasize with this situation and the fact that it literally inspired this project. Like the movie pretty much inspired me going really deep into this lore of the Backrooms, and now I want to put my own hand, a significant hand at that, but put my own hand on this I don't know, like this insane like concept. Yeah, it's like a concept that can just keep going. I don't know. It's so so fascinating. And Kane knows that. I think that's why it's so popular as well, because it's just such a fascinating, simple, like really infinite concept. Like the concept itself talks about the idea of infinite, you know, spaces, but what's cool is that the actual idea itself is infinite because you can do so many things. You can do anything with it as long as you adhere to like certain ideas, right? But it's so possible. There's so much possible. Why is that so scary? What about this one? No copyright. So that I don't get flagged again. They keep flagging me. Bastards. It could also be the cursing, but shit. Hmm. This should also be raised. But raised on its own. Oh, oops. And then, well, a little too high. A little too up there. Okay. There you go. There you go. It's very easy to kind of build upon this simple image. Um, oops. I feel like there should be concrete and then what the heck? Chill funk. No, we're not doing no. What the hell? We're not doing no chill funk bullshit over here. I don't know what that was. But it is 10 o'clock, and I shall call it a night very soon. But at least I can throw this into Unreal and then start doing like all the materials and lighting and stuff. Dang, I don't know what I should do for this if it is. Also the sunlight. Oh shit. The sunlight. Oh, you know what? Perfect idea. We're gonna let's do from the median. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, you know what? Better idea. Perfect. That's where the sunlight will come from. Very. Oh, just thought about a couple things. That will be sunlight, but it needs to be. It needs some faces. Like that, so that the light can come through and. I also might separate some of this because in Unreal Engine it cannot be like a full mesh all in one because of the way the lighting system works. It needs to be like separate pieces so that I can properly assess. If it's like all one, it kind of like crunches the shadows as like a big object, so it's not. Sounds weird, right? But yeah, the system. You gotta make sure the system works, you know? We're gonna elevate this part. And then instead of the sunlight being it, I was gonna do it there, but I was thinking there and there. Extrude, extrude, and then open. Bam! Now we got windows. Or not windows, skylights. Oh, I don't know what I just said. And then, let's see. We're gonna, oh shit. Up that even further. And then we're gonna put a little window, perhaps a thin window. Boom. Boom. Let's hope the light peeks through. But I think that is it. I might even add more uh rooms that just have to loop back in on themselves. But I think that's perfect for now. And then I just have to make sure these floors are more segmented and they have their concrete parts and their grass parts, and they're should be fine. It's very close to the edge, but that should be fine. And then here there's a giant ass pool. And I will be making it the water like very pool looking, so but yeah, okay. So it just needs I want a pillar here. There you go. Bam. Pillar. Is that the wall? Yeah, that's the bam. Wonderful. Make it even thinner. And then I can add that on the other side. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then holy moly. Am I in Unreal? I think I am. I can, let's throw it in. Let's just see. I want to see what that light looks like because I want to recapture that. What is that? How is there sunlight, but then I see fucking cube rooms? It looks like there's different rooms in there. Like if you look inside, there are different rooms. How the hell do I do that? I'm not doing that. But let me unwrap this, make sure it's properly nice and okay, and then we're gonna export level 17, level 16 pools structure, pools room. I'll just do yeah, pools room. Exports quite quickly. We got the thin lights. Oh, I never exported the lovely. We have our thin lights and they're thin as shit. But now we go to level 17 or 16. Level 17 is beautiful, but yeah. Bye bye. Oh, I was like, where is it? uh, I have to fucking make it. Like, like where is it? I don't know where it is. Import. Yes, build nanite. Bastards. Always building nanite and then it makes it look weird. And now, oh. um, right here. So we make sure that it is in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not every level is gonna be this sprawling shit. It's gonna be whatever I want it to be, you know? I'm not gonna be doing everything. I mean, I am gonna be doing it well, and what I am gonna be doing, oh shit, pitch black. Pitch black. Um, clip through. There we go. These aren't going to be the final materials, but I gotta have something there. And they should have 3. Shit. Yeah, I need to do those floors. I need to figure out what is concrete and what is grass, but is this... Yeah, oh, it's really like the pool and the grass. I see. So there's grass in like places that really shouldn't be grass. Okay. And I might not even make it grass. I might make it so that I'm not fully copying this thumbnail. So we're gonna go back. Conk. Conk, grime, concrete panels, concrete board, concrete, and then white pattern there. Oh my god. And then we need some lighting. We need some lighting. What did I do? What did I do? Skylight, sky atmosphere, directional light, and fog. And then let's see what it looks like. Whoa. Whoa. It looks awful. But it always looks awful in the beginning. So let's get to that directional light. What the fuck is going on with this? Oh, that's what I did. 2 seconds. It doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. Okay. Trim pattern. Let me see. Trim. Gray. For some reason this was turned like not the color it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be this. So what the fuck? And then two-sided lighting. Can you just do the two-sided lighting? Two-sided distance field generation. That didn't help. Save changes, please. Didn't help. Is this movable? Oh, that. Movable. And then the water, of course. I think it's water body weight. Oh. Ah! Okay. Do you see that? Okay, I need to... Whoa, it is like... What the fuck? Okay, we're gonna get the points. Put them here. Squeeze them. We're gonna get this. Not... Damn it. Okay. Now we move that one. Yeah. That's what I was trying to do. So that these are... Oh, my holy fucking heavens. Did you see that? Okay, make these sharper. So that they stop being so What's this stuff? Okay. I know why. I have to fix the damn material. Let me see. Water material. Let me see. It is supposed to be the wave thing. Where the fuck is it? Water. Ah, there it is. The waves. The Gerstner waves. Gerstner waves are I think it's like by a scientist or somebody. He Gerstner, he basically figured out the physics equation that kind of predict the wave patterns. And then that's how you get those realistic waves. So they decided to name it that, Gerstner. But waves. But let's do oil. There. There you go. Ooh. It's fine with me. That's pretty cool. But this is gonna work because I can do multiple shapes of water. So we'll just do the square for now. Ah, so nice. Oh, what the fuck? That looks scary. Look at that shit. Okay, so you gotta put it at the top. Whoa. Like, whoa. The problem is, and it has depth. It's very cool. The problem is, this material needs to be two-sided. Because what the fuck? Two. And then I think we'll call it a night. Because it's taking forever. Any day now, Unreal. What are you even saving? What packages? What packages could you possibly be saving? There you go. So I'm gonna go back to this mesh. And it should be two-sided. It's still not two-sided. How? No, it should definitely be two-sided. Oh, it's not. It's not two-sided. Jesus. All I needed. Whoa. Damn. Look at that water. Hold on, I gotta let it sit. Look at it. So pretty. Just isn't that so freaking pretty? And the music is just perfect. I love this shot right here. Wow. Look, you can see underwater. This is just out of the box. This is a plugin that Unreal has. It's fantastic. But I think I'll do that. Yes, the sun. Should it be more this way? I kind of like it hitting the elevator. And this should be movable. Whoa. 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 Oh, that's why. That's why. What is happening? I know. There is more to this lighting setup. See this? That's what it is. That's what it is. It's one whole thing. It needs to be separated into smaller sections. But I like how the water is looking. And I copy and paste it. Yeah. Yeah. Water there, water here, water everywhere. But I'd still have to change it. It's still not. I'm gonna make this more like a pool because that's still not. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. Pool. Although this fucking skylight is kind of pissing me off. Like, how about? Oh, it's not the skylight. Oh, and I need post process. That will be S. That will be level 16. There you have it. Oh, and unbound. Fuck. There you go. That's a lot better. Wow. This fog, what the fuck? Height fall. Yes, as much as it goes. And I don't want the fog. Whoa, what the? You saw that? Wow. I want to jump in there. Like, I want to just dive in there. Like, very nice. Oh, did I not complete that one? Oh. I didn't. You can't even go through there. And that needs water. Well, as you see, this needs quite a bit of work. So, I think I'll call it a night. But that was fun. I just like watching the water just swish around, but it's actually going, actually kind of clipping over, but it's kind of clipping over. Yeah, I'll adjust this so that it's more looking like pool water. It's not so dark, like it's a fucking Kool-Aid pack or something. But yeah, I think that's all.